days ago, his world was turned upside down. Sure, he was already supposed to play in L.A. tonight, but instead of wearing a Mavs jersey, Luka Doncic will be donning the purple and gold in prime time. His first shot against his former team. This place will be electric, especially after he dropped 32 in a win in Denver on Saturday. He and LeBron were 2 of 4 Lakers to score at least 20 points, and the first time they've done that all season. Lakers expect playoff-level numbers of media covering this game. It's safe to say the basketball world is focused on Crypto.com Arena. The Lakers and Dallas Mavericks meet for the second time this season. You'll see it all right here on Spectrum Sportsnet. Tip-off is coming up at 7 o'clock. Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Chris McGee, James Worthy, we got Ali, Brez, Rob back in the studio. We got Mike Trudell. He's waiting patiently for us. And Big Game James, this has playoff-level vibes. AD and Max return. Of course, AD is not going to play. Luka facing his old team that traded him for the first time. A lot going on, a lot of emotions, a lot of storylines, Big Game.
Yeah, I just look to my left, and, I see AD over here, warming up a little bit. I know he's not playing, but he's warming up. So, it's electric when you're on the freeway and you can feel the vibe and the intensity coming into this building tonight. Luka is starting to get comfortable with this team, and he's going up against his former team. That's got to make for a great little short story in itself right there.
Yeah, AD is out on the court, as well as Luka is right over your shoulder getting it ready for tonight. I want to show you some of the numbers, Big Game, as we head into tonight. Lakers by the numbers. They're 34-21, 4th in the West. By the way, James, they're 14-4 in their last 18 games. Defensive rating the last 15 games is best in the NBA. They're 15-12 versus teams above 500 this season. So, James, Saturday night was a fun one considering the history the last few years with the Denver Nuggets. And it was really good to see Luka feeling good mentally, physically, and just having that kind of game in a Laker win against a team that won 13-14 against him. Yeah,
he's no longer in that mode of deferring to LeBron James. He really started to have some fun. But the one thing that I really enjoyed watching was that, we lose 2 of our best defensive players, Max Christie and AD. And then our defense is still pretty damn good collectively. These guys know how to, play with each other. They did a really good job. But Luka, yes, he had a great game, 32 points, 10 rebounds. That's the Luka we're accustomed to seeing. Had 4 steals, Geeter. So he's really starting to play that good team defense on the defensive end. And I think his injuries are starting to feel good. And as you can see, his shots from deep, that's the Luka we know.
And I'll tell you what, James, you got to turn the page on Saturday because tonight is a big one. It's a national game. It's all anybody is talking about. Luka facing the Dallas Mavericks. And listen, instead of responding to the way he got traded and what was said on the way out, he said, I'm taking the high road. He's happy to be in L.A., but he's also human, and he's 25 years old, and the emotions will be high.
Hey, it's always nice to say the right thing, but I can tell you as a player, especially at that age, being traded unexpectedly, he's going to have some emotion in the game. The key is, can he control his emotions and continue to play team ball and play his game? I think he will. He's just that type of guy. He lives for this type of moment. But I'm sure it'll be a little bit emotional for him looking down at the other end and seeing his old teammates and where he started his career. But once that's over, I think he'll be ready to entertain.
And make no mistake about it, the Dallas Mavericks are playing great basketball, but they have been hit by the injury bug as well. Unfortunately, we will not see Anthony Davis tonight as you take a look at the Mavs injury report. AD will be reevaluated in a few weeks. They also don't have Lively or Gafford, Big Game James. So this team definitely playing shorthanded. P.J. Washington is even questionable. Caleb Martin is out. So all those awesome bigs that they have will not be playing tonight against the Lakers. Of course, former Laker Max Christie, he's been doing great. We will talk about him later in the show. Now for more, let's go to the hallway. He has been waiting patiently. Lakers reporter Mike Trudell is there with more. What's up, Big Mike?
What's happening, guys? Always great to have you downtown here in Los Angeles, especially for a big game like this. And I wondered, having just talked to J.J. Redick pregame in Denver, remember he told Luka Doncic that he wanted to see that kind of blackout moment for him, and that certainly did happen with how great Luka played against the Nuggets. And I just wondered, what was the message going into this one? Certainly has to be a lot on Luka's mind. So here's how JJ answered that.
He's at his best when he has that balance of joy and playfulness and that killer mentality and just perfectly living in the moment of competition. And he'll find that tonight.
Mavs have had 4 games now essentially without a big or without their top 3 bigs, but still been pretty good and competitive. What have you seen from them, and what kind of different game plan might it call for?
Yeah, I mean they're going to switch everything when they're small. They're disruptive on that end. They're going to crash. Kyrie and Spence are going to play ISO. Well, they have a few other guys that play ISO too. But, we just have to win the possession battle, and we have to do a good job knowing who we're helping off of.
JJ, it's the Lakers, so a lot of these regular season matchups are going to have a big game feel. But how do you think it can help your group, because they're still relatively new, approach these big games together? Denver obviously was one tonight with all the elements in play, and kind of help your team come together with the hope of doing some stuff, making some noise in the playoffs.
We were just talking about this back in the coaches' locker room. I think rather than viewing this stretch as a negative, view it as a positive. It's one of the messages we had yesterday to the group. It's an opportunity to obviously get better, but to develop a real mental toughness and a real hardened mentality around competition, because every game is tough and every game is important.
All right, guys, there's JJ Redick. So certainly looking forward to seeing how his team follows up one of their best games of the year, and perhaps their best road win so far with that dominant performance in Denver. And a lot going on here tonight in the building, Geeter.
All right, so much, Mike. We appreciate that, and it is going to be a fun one as we go to break. We are getting ready for Lakers and Mavs. Dorian Finney-Smith has been a huge addition in his own right, coming to the Lakers about a month before Luka. And this other former Mav might have the best quotes on the team. Big game. Did you hear what he said yesterday? I'll tell you during the commercial. And after the break, we've got a special guest on set.
Các bạn vừa xem xong video phân tích của chúng tôi. Sau đây sẽ là video hướng dẫn cách làm một chiếc túi xách hình chú hươu cao cổ của chúng tôi. Bây giờ các bạn cùng tôi thực hiện cách làm nhé. Hôm nay thì mình sẽ hướng dẫn cho các bạn cách